Hey guys, back with another video. As you can tell by the window back there, it's still pouring rain outside, so we're back in the garage for another day. I thought I'd just get this video out there. I've had a few people on Instagram ask about the Digital Dash. I know I got it installed from factory, and now since that's been out, you can get it as aftermarket part. I'm not sure 100% if everything that comes with the factory version is in the aftermarket one, but some people were asking about the settings and what's in there, what's not in there, so I thought I'd go over that. Along with, in another video, we'll be going over the Sync 3 as well, because that's another option you can get aftermarket now. So, you know, if you ended up starting off with a base model, maybe you want to upgrade, you saved a few bucks. Hopefully this helps out. You know what's in there and what you're going to be paying for. See if it's worth it, or if you want to save your money for something else. So hope you like this video, and I'll flip you guys around and we'll get straight into it. Basically we'll get in, we'll hit the engine start stop, chimes a couple times. It'll tell you full accessory power mode because we're not on, and start, push the brake, just hit your OK on the steering wheel. Everything in the Digital Dash is your OK. This is your scroll through. The pony here is all your apps and everything in there we'll get to, and then settings is your settings. So everything for the Digital Dash is on your wheel. Everything for the Sync 3 goes through there. I'll show you that in another video. But right now you can see it showing your kilometers to empty, how much fuel you got, kilometer an hour. We're set, or we'll start off with this. Hit your pony, go to cluster appearance. We'll start off with that. If it's changed with the drive modes, then you see if we exit back out, you're on your regular one because we're in normal mode. So basically, when you scroll through your modes, you got sport, track, drag, all those. The cluster will change with that. So this would be your regular or normal. You go to sport, that's what I had it in earlier. You can see that's your sport mode. If you go back into track and drag mode are the same. You get your big tack on top. Your speed's just in the right hand side there. You can see where that pops down. Whatever radio station you're listening to at the time, every time the song changes, it'll pop down, tell you who it's by and what you're listening to, the name of the song. So it doesn't work for all the stations. Don't ask me why, but some stations have it in, some don't. But yeah, basically you have your fuel, what gear you're in, for the 10-speed anyways on the bottom, your kilometers, and how hot your car is. You can see I've been parked here for a bit. We're back in the garage, so it's almost cooled back down. Get your lights, and then the little car on the left hand side there is what mode you're in, because even though we changed the appearance of the cluster, we're still technically in normal mode. So it tells you you're in normal mode. So basically you hit the pony. I've showed you guys this in my 0 to 60 video as well, but my mode, you can set it up. You can see on, off, right? If you want to add one, show status. Right now my mode, which I don't use because it's a pain in the butt. If I wanted in sport mode, I just put it in sport mode. But you can see, hold OK. You can change which is which. Your steering, if we put that at comfort, then you can see comfort. We put the mode, let's say we wanted it in sport mode. Now you're in sport, you hold OK. It says saving, and there you go, you're set. Now if you scroll up to my mode in the driving settings, you'll be in sport for your drivetrain and sport for your steering. So easy as that. I just find it weird how when you start it up, you can't just always be in my mode. That's why I don't usually use it. If I want to be in sport mode, I just flick it up and put it in sport mode. So yeah, that's that part of it. Track apps, that's your acceleration timer. You get all these. I've went over this in the other video. And you can view or clear your results. You can click on that. See, it'll tell you everything in there. That's our best so far, 4.7. And then if you want to just go back on the steering wheel here, you hit this, you'll go back without actually going out. Because if you hit the pony again, you can see it brings you right back out. So we'll go there. Then gauges. You can click show gauges. That's the little 3 in the middle there. So basically we go back to that, configure my gauges. You can go through all of these. So say we want to get rid of the inlet air, and we want, what do we want here? Let's say axle oil temperature instead. Click OK. You can see you can only choose 3. That's why when you exit out of this one, they all light up. When you click it, we've got the 3 now, 1, 2, and then the other one's down here. So you go back out of here now, and you can see it changes. You have your axle temp there instead. So that's pretty cool. If you want to pay attention to certain specific areas, you can just pick whichever gauges you want at the time, and who knows if they're accurate or not, but seems to be. So, and don't mind my voice. I'm getting over a cold, so if I sound a little bit weird, it is because I am sounding a little bit. All right, next here we got my color, which is basically you can customize the gauge colors. You'll get your 2, if you have the performance pack, you got your 2 gauges here, and your ambient lighting and all that fancy stuff all changes. So basically your primary color, that's when your speedometer goes up, it's got a little bit of color behind it. Also your temperature and your fuel gauge, along with the 2 center gauges there, is the primary colors. So say we want that as, what do we want? We'll go green. You can see along with the strip there, everything goes green. Your gauges are green there now. Your secondary color is basically just the rings around the speed and your 2 digital speedometers there in the middle, and the 1 line on the bottom. That's all it changes. So you can see if we go, let's say blue, you can see that's all it changes. Just the 3, the 2 rings and the line. And then your ambient lighting, you can dim. Low is what it's on now. If I go up to high, you can see it gets just that little bit brighter. Not a huge difference, but you know, if you're driving in the dark, some of the colors, you can see it out the corner of your eye and it starts to annoy you. So the little bit of a dim actually works. I leave mine on low. You can, maybe in the other door it'll show up better. That's low. And that's high, you can see. Not much, but it does lighten up a bit. And then color, same thing. We're in red right now. Say we go for green for this as well. Everything goes green. You can see cup holder's green. That's green. The bottom's green, even though you can't see it in the camera. And in the other video, like I said, this one doesn't work down here by my Vite. So I still got to go and get that checked out. I'll keep you guys filled in on that. But that's your color changing. And then you're back to cluster appearance. And that's everything to do with the pony. So if we get out of that and then hit your settings, you can see it gives you your trip and fuel info. And it'll take away your gauges, and that'll end up in the middle. You can see we're in Canada, so it's per liters per 100 kilometers, which is useless. Up here we all still go by miles per gallon too, but everything else is liters per 100K, so it gives you your kilometers since you've reset and time since you've reset, which I never use these trips, so we're at like 282 hours, so not too bad. But basically, hold it, resets to 0. You can see your timer starts right away. All right, one other thing I forgot to mention is how our trip 1 is reset. If you use your up and your down arrows, you have trip 2. You can see this one, we're up to 366 hours. That's not bad. And if you hit it again, you get your fuel economy. That's kind of like a real time. As you go, it'll go up and down. And then if you go down one more time, that gives you your tire pressure. You can see one is 1 pound up from the rest for some reason. And I know the rear driver's side actually has a nail in it, but it seems to be holding the pressure for now, so I'm leaving it. Eventually I'll end up with a flat. I'll have to go get it fixed or get another tire, but we'll see. And then you hit it again, you just get your blank screen. And then you're back to your trip 1. Right, so don't mind the little edits. Just means I started coughing and I don't want to hork in your guys' face in the video because that won't make for very good views. So basically, hit the settings again. You got your driver assist, auto engine off. That's if you auto start your car, it has a timer. So you put that on and after a certain amount of minutes, it'll shut off. Your blind spot, that's when you're backing up. The car's got little sensors. It'll beep, beep, beep at you if somebody's coming. And if you have the Sync 3, I'm not sure about the little screen, but it will actually point arrow either left or right, telling you which side the car is coming from. So it gives you the option to turn it off. I don't know why. Same with cross traffic alert. If there's somebody beside you, you can't really see it. There you go, because the lights are on. You can see the little car right there, top left, and then you got the little circle. So if you're changing lanes, that'll light up. That's your cross traffic alert. You can also turn that off for some reason. And I just noticed now that when I turn it on and off, it actually blinks. So there you go, you guys got a good example of that. Then rear parking aid, that's your backup camera and the sensors. So basically they give you all this safety stuff and give you the chance to turn it off, which I don't know why you would want to do that, but there are some weird people out there, so you never know. Courtesy wipe, I have off. That's basically when you auto start your car, your wipers will do one quick swipe. And it just helps like the window defrost and defog. But up in Canada, we get cold and a lot of ice in Vancouver when it gets cold because we don't really get snow. We just freezing rain and it gets frozen overnight, right? Rains during the day, gets cold, and you'll have a big layer of ice on your wipers. So I don't want to have a courtesy wipe on because when I start my car, it's going to try to wipe through the ice and it could end up breaking something or it'll just wreck the wiper blades. Kind of a pain in the butt. So that's the one that I leave off. So that's that part of the settings. Then speedo, you can see miles per hour. If I hit that, because it's a Canadian car, it goes just to kilometers. But because I was confusing a lot of people on YouTube, most of you guys are down in the States, I put in the miles per hour now, so it gives you both. All right, so back here into advanced settings, go to vehicle, alarm, ask on exit. That's basically if the key fob is taken out of the vehicle for some reason. So you pass your keys to lock the door or whatever, forget to lock the door. It'll go beep, 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 and just tell you like, hey, your key fob's missing, and just give you a little alarm. So there's that. Go back. Easy entry exit. That's for us guys with a bit of a belly. If you get in the car, your seat will, or when you turn the car off and open the door, the seat slides back. Gives you that extra little bit of room to get out. So I leave that on because I'm Not massive, but you know, it's always easier with an extra little bit of space. Your intelligent access is your door handle. Has the 3 little lines. When you put your finger on it, it'll lock. When you put your hand behind the door handle, it unlocks. That's just your intelligent stuff. Then lighting, you can have it set for 10 seconds. That's basically when you get in the car, close the door. 10 seconds later, your interior lights turn off. You can see 10, 20, 120 are off. I have it set for 10. So we'll go back. You have locks, auto lock, auto unlock. That's basically if I hit unlock, you don't open your door for a certain amount of seconds, it'll automatically relock it. Same with auto unlock. Basically, if you unlock it and you don't get in, it relocks. Feedback. Exterior lights can come on. You can turn that off. That's your pony and just your running lights, basically, they'll come on. Audible is if you hit the lock twice, you get that beep. It's kind of like a fake alarm. Mislock, honestly, I have no idea what that even is. How can you mislock your car? Remote unlock. You can do either the driver's first or all doors. I have it set to all doors. It's only a 2-door car, so I don't see what's the big deal. You hit unlock once, they're all open, everybody can get in. You go back, switch inhibit. No idea what that one is either, but if you guys want to look it up, go for it. Just showing you what's all included in this today. So, oil life reset, that's when we do our oil changes. You can see we're at 82%, we're good. Basically, if you want to reset it, same as everything else, you hold it. Once that line goes across, it'll put you back to 100%, you're good to go. Remote start, you can see this is what some people were asking about. You go to your remote start, climate control, auto. If it's super hot outside, you remote start your car. It'll put your cooled seats on if you have them, and it'll put your air conditioning on to cool everything down. Same with if it's really cold, then your heated seats will come on and your heated steering wheel, and it'll blast the heat. So when you get in your car, it's nice and comfy. I leave it on that because up here we're all over the place with our temperature. Or you can put it as last setting, and basically whatever you have the car set at when you get out is what it'll be when you get in, or when you auto start it, sorry. Then your seats and steering wheel, that is either off or auto. That's also what I was talking about. Your heated seats, heated wheel come on or off. Duration, I have it set to 10 minutes. That's what I was talking about earlier. You can set it for times. You can, when you auto start it, it'll either run for 5, 10, or 15 minutes. It's up to you, whatever you want to leave it at. Then your system, not sure what that does. It's just an on and an off. You can look it up as well if you want, but I don't want this video to be too long, so we're just kind of running through this stuff. Tire mobility kit, that's in the back. You're supposed to replace it every few years, so this will give you a reminder 1, 2, 3, or 4 years. I set it to 4 years because I don't want it beeping at me all the time like, hey, replace your shit in the back. So I left it as 4 years. And Windows remote open, that's basically if you double click your unlock and hold it down the 3rd time your windows roll down, you can set that on or off. I leave it on because it's nice to get some fresh air in the summer days. So double click, hold down the 3rd click, and they will roll down for you. So that's that part of it. My key is kind of like a valet thing. You can see 2 admin keys right now. I don't have a my key set up. But basically, if you get your key, you put it in the cup holder. If you create, it's going to make me create one. I'll show you guys though. Place key in backup slot. We won't do that now because I don't know where my spare key is, and if I set this one up, it won't let me drive nicely. But basically, that will, I'll do another video on this. You can set it up for speed, your radio, basically everything. You can set up your car so people can't rat bag it on there when you're not in. Display setup. You got your units, which, like I said, we're in Canada, so we're liters per 100K. You can set to miles and gallons or kilometers per liters, whatever you feel. We'll leave it at that because that's what it's been on. Temperature, Celsius or Fahrenheit. Your tire pressure, PSI, KPA, or bar, whatever you want to run. Language, we're in English. You can do Spanish or French. I'm sure if you buy the car in other parts of the country, those are probably different. Or the world, I mean, not the country. But for here, we just have English, Spanish, or French. And basically, that's the whole digital dash. So if you got any questions, or you know what I didn't know what everything does, because you know I don't use all these settings, but if you got any questions or you know what they're for, let me know in the comments. Hopefully this helped out anybody who's looking to get the digital dash upgrade in their car. I recommend it. It looks sweet. You can see in the dark, lights up nicely. So you can also right here, these two, that's your dash. Basically you can make it brighter or dimmer. You can see as you go down, it almost goes black and white, gets so dark. I leave it cranked because it's not that bright. It looks bright in the camera, but it's not bad while you're driving. But yeah, that's that. Like I said, I don't want the video to be super long. It's already way too long, but we'll go through the Sync 3 in another video, so stay tuned for that one as well. If this helped you out, make sure you hit the thumbs up, like, and subscribe. Catch you in the next video, guys.